I'm Sylvia Skefich, Doctor of Chiropractic and the owner of the Better Back and Body Shop. Today I wanted to talk to you about craniosacral therapy, one of my favorite topics. We want to talk about what it is, where it came from, why it's so good for you, why you might want to consider it for yourself. So craniosacral therapy, people often ask me, well, the therapist just works on what, your cranium and your sacrum? So the therapist can work on your cranium and your sacrum, but it's actually a whole body technique. A therapist could work exclusively on your feet one visit, or could do a whole body visit where she contacts multiple places on your body during the course of one treatment. Craniosacral therapy is named for the cranium and the sacrum because that's where the meninges attaches down firmly. The meninges is a tough, fibrous sac, like a balloon around the brain. It's like a balloon with a string, except instead of a string, you have a sausage sheath string. And inside of that sausage sheath is your spinal cord. And this floats rather loosely in most of the spine. There's these kind of filamentous ligaments, but on the inside of your head, it's cemented hard, and down at the bottom, it's tethered hard too to hold it into place. So we often use these two handles because it's very attached to the meninges, and then we can sort of guide like puppet strings using the motion of the bone, the cranial motion, to guide loose things down the chain. So craniosacral was discovered or developed about 100 years ago by an osteopathic student at the time named William Garner Sutherland. He was in the osteopathic library studying the bones. He was told that the cranium, the 26 bones of the cranium, fuse into one solid noggin by the time we become adult. But this man, William Garner Sutherland, happened to have been a mechanical engineer prior. He's looking at the different types of bones, tongue and groove ones that go tongue and groove like this, ones that finger in with each other. And when he saw these ones over here that look kind of like fish gills, he had this aha moment. The cranium is breathing. There's gills on the side of the head. He just knew that the cranium does not fuse. There's no reason as a mechanical engineer that these joints would be designed to move and not move. So he began with his hands on people, discovering the different patterns, the different types of motions in the body. So basically, there is a 12-second pulse in the adult body, more or less 12 seconds. Imagine this is someone on a table lying in front of me, between us. So over the course of 12 seconds, there's one tidal flow, much slower than this, almost as though you are on the surface of a floating body of water, if this is your head and this is your feet. Now let's say this part of your body stops moving because of old injury, and the craniosacral flow suddenly isn't moving in that spot, and it has an altered range of motion. So a therapist can place their hands anywhere on the body and say, wow, this isn't doing this expected range of motion. In fact, it's doing this sort of short oscillation. There's something nearby that's stopping it. And if I really concentrate, I can tell it's about a third of the way down. Right here it is. This is the site of non-motion. Well, what do you know? This person came in with a headache, but their shoulder girdle is the tightest thing. That's where I'll work. So craniosacral therapy is a wonderful way to figure out where the non-motion parts, where the stuck, tight, restricted, inhibited parts aren't at their best. We all want to be at our best. So when we open up those places, we have more circulation, we have the decrease of stagnation, a decrease of tension, an increase in harmonic in our body, more harmony, more connectedness, more flow, more flossing. And just like when the surges of the ocean are amplified and we have large swells, and that moves the sandbars down the beach, it's like having our own rolling pin inside of our body that is enhanced and pushing out the tight spots and moving out the stagnation and improving everything about the body. And this is why it's one of my favorite topics. So please feel free to call the Better Back and Body Shop and schedule your own craniosacral therapy session with one of our therapists, including myself, Dr. Sylvia Skefich, chiropractor, and there's Jody Jackson Vogel, craniosacral therapist, massage therapist, and Christine Sear, craniosacral therapist, and you can call 515-7522 in the 831 area code.